yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be.
Tonight, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
It's the newest stadium on the NFL landscape, and it might just be the grandest as you get a look. It's SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Tonight, we're on to Week 2 in the NFL season as we've got a good one here between the Tennessee Titans and the Los Angeles Chargers. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another 1st down. They'll run with Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Miles Sanders. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have taken a 1st quarter lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
25-yard line.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. And a 3-and-out on that 1st drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that 1st drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a 2nd opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 51 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there, first down. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And some concerns caused him to slip to the 5th round. I guess if you're him, the good news is you kind of flew under the radar. Maybe expectations are low. You can come in and prove something.
And a lot to prove, because those off-field concerns that creep in on you, you want to prove that they're all wrong, that they don't matter, that you are a much better player than what people picked you.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff. They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Throwing on third down, Watson. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Buying time to his left. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 17 yards on the pickup. And the Chargers are going to get themselves a fresh set of downs here. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Titans, nothing.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's Ryan. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders.
Ryan's pass. Complete to...
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now a carry for Sanders. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of
Dewan Smoot with a tackle.
Play. 2nd and 10. At the 44-yard line.
Ryan now off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 45-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Sanders. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again, Ryan. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Fourth down. Here's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Singletary to get the drive started. He's got daylight. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. Devin Singletary is certainly capable of breaking on some big runs, and he got loose on a big one there. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
On 2nd down now. Singletary, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
On second down, it's Sanders. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Throwing again on second down. Ryan. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 29-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
A.J. Brown, incomplete.
Here's second and 10 now from the 29. To throw again, Ryan. Steps away to his left. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan sliding out of the pocket. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
A 46-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. But first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. This will make it into the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
The conventional football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
On first down, Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got him in, complete. And all the way down to the 42. A big play there for LA. 46 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
2nd and a yard.
They'll go again with Sanders. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Flushed out right. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards on the play.
Goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Miles Sanders, his second touchdown of the night. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
From the 30 on second down, Watson. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. Watson down to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And that is incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
You got the popcorn, got the remote. Let's give them a show.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way,
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. The 30, 10, touchdown Titans. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans have made this a 1-score game.
And by the way, for those of you that think Todd Gurley may have lost a step, I think you can look at this play as evidence that that is indeed not the case.
and this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates. They're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works. But he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now Ryan on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Not much there, only a yard.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Able to hit his target, Claypool.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line.
After the interception, here's Watson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Throwing again is Watson. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So here are the Chargers to take over. They've got the lead here, trying to make amends for that loss last week against the Denver Broncos. They start this drive now, 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, Ryan.
And yet again, Ryan is intercepted.
Picked up by Eli Apple. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
At the 17.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll run on first down. Singletary able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Singletary again. And he's brought down. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Devin Singletary. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans have taken the lead. So a big two-point conversion attempt forthcoming for the Titans. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. So they make the decision. They want a three-point lead versus a two-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again, Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I'm thinking the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Jonathan Abram able to make the play defensively.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
The Chargers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Again, Ryan. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Running on first down is Sanders, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage before he's taken down. A loss of 1.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Another run with Sanders. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there and only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
2nd and 6.
They go right back to Singletary. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
He'll air this one out for Boyd. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Now Watson. And that's caught by Beasley. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
First down.
On 1st down, Singletary. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll keep it on the ground. Singletary. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They'll run here with Singletary. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. That time they're able to bottle him up, and he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
23.
All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. There he goes left side. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And that will make this a 4-point game. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this carries into the end zone.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. So Deshaun Watson in the offense. Down by 4, 27 seconds to go. And they've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And it's 3rd and short.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now it's Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead. Still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now. Just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know, they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them...